Hey, South Bay. I'm Jeff Pollard at solarpowerthepeople.org and Jeff Pollard 11 on Instagram. I'm with Angel.
Hi.
We're at Kefi Yoga.
Yep.
Tell me about yoga. Tell me about this studio.
Okay, so Kefi Yoga is our small business here.
All right.
And we started, we were kind of born out of the pandemic because a lot of people were displaced in the yoga world, students and instructors.
Okay.
And teaching is a practice too. So a lot of instructors started getting together that we worked with each other before, and as the studios stayed closed longer and longer, we started gathering in outdoor spaces, at parks, and spreading out and just doing our practice together. And we started offering donation-based classes to the students that were looking for it.
Okay.
And that was, we did that in Hickory Park too, which is right down the street here.
And you're currently on Crenshaw and Torrance area, right?
Yeah, so we're on Crenshaw Blvd, right near Bermuda Boulevard.
Hopefully you could hear that wild traffic too.
No, we got double pane windows. You don't hear it.
Okay.
Yeah, you're good.
Cool.
But we went to Hickory Park, and I bought these root boards from the root board guy in Santa Monica, and they're amazing bamboo planks if you ever want to take your practice outside.
Okay.
And they're bigger than your mat, so we could put them on the grass, so the ants and the bees and everything weren't all over your mat.
Okay.
And so we put them down, and they're like a portable studio floor, and we spread them out, and we hauled them over there, and people started coming just because they really needed something to ground down during that whole shutdown madness. And people felt a sense of community, and they got back to their practice, and they were able to have some stability. So then this place became available, and I looked at the instructors that I'd been working with and practicing with, and I said, let's do it. I'll rent it, and you guys teach, and I'll teach. And so we did, and it's been great because we can serve this community on a very individual level.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's good to hear that, during the pandemic, it shut down a lot of business. So it's good to see blossoming, something that something good that came from it. And I'm glad that you guys got to create and grow from it.
Yeah, I think it was a big upheaval.
Yeah.
I mean, worldwide in every aspect.
Yeah.
So whatever we truly believe as yogis, that there is a plan, that there is, this universe has a momentum to it, and everything falls in its place as it should.
Okay.
And that trust and that kind of surrender to it is one of the foundational principles of yoga.
Yeah.
And we embrace it. What may come. And I think as humans, if we do that, we can find our resilience as well.
So if I were to come here and I knew nothing about it, like what classes do you have to offer? What would you recommend for a newbie? What?
Yeah, so I mean, you can jump into any of our classes, okay? But we do have beginner yoga, like true beginner yoga.
Okay.
And we also have unheated classes, and they may be a little more pushable, like unheated slow flow.
Okay.
But we offer these beginner yoga classes to bring you in. You can jump into a heated class.
Okay.
Just we warn you or caution you to be mindful of your breath and to listen to your body. So as long as you're aware of how you're feeling, you can make adjustments. And then our instructors are really experienced, so they know how to offer you modifications that can help you just tailor the practice to wherever you are at.
Okay.
As far as experience. So it's not like a performance. It's really a practice, and so we have to kind of internalize it and then make it our own to serve our own bodies and the connection between the mind, the body, and the breath. Okay. So all of that's what we facilitate here.
Oh wow, okay. Because right now, like the airflow is great, and so it's amazing that this room that we're in actually can get very hot.
Yeah.
What is like a hot yoga temperature so that people can prepare for that?
Okay. Yeah. So. It has a lot to do with the humidity too. So we try to keep the humidity, we have a humidifier, we keep the humidity at like 30, 40%, maybe up to 50% in some of the classes, like hot fusion, 50%, that's where we kind of want it, up to even 60 sometimes.
I wonder what a rainforest is like.
Yeah, it's like the Congo. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it feels like And the airflow is great because we're in Torrance, and this like ocean breeze comes straight across, and then we can have the doors open on both sides, and we can clear it out easily to have unheated class. And that was one of the things I noticed when I looked at this space, was how fast it can cool down. And unless there's like a 100-degree heat wave going on, which happens.
Last week.
Okay, yeah, but we do have an AC, so we just monitor, you know, and we figure it out. But yeah, hot yoga gets up to like 100, 105 in our hottest classes.
Okay.
Yeah, and then some of the instructors like to have their class more around 94, 95.
Okay.
And some, we have a couple preheated classes, and those are about like 90, 89. You know, but it depends on how hard you're working and how hard the room is working as far as the people in it, and what's going on in the environment outside, what you ate, how much sleep you got. So sometimes people will leave the room and say, oh my gosh, that was so hot. And then others will say, did you have the heat on?
Oof.
And so it's just like, yeah, so it's a real like individual experience. And the heat is something that it challenges us, our cardiovascular system, but also like a mental challenge. So you can stay centered in the heat, then you make that edge your center. So it's like pushing yourself and then finding the equilibrium in that moment. So that's kind of why we do hot yoga.
All right.
Plus all the other million benefits from it. But
I just want to tell people, I haven't done it here, but I've done hot yoga before, and one of the craziest things, my first time, I did not hydrate, so stay hydrated. And I was literally just like, at the end of it, because I was just so dizzy and disoriented. I totally failed at it the first time.
there's no failure.
Well, I just mean like, I was like, I just bring water when you do it. But like, okay, so there's the hot yoga. Now, what would you say? Do you cater to kids, elderly, like all ages? What's your age range here? What do you do?
Yeah, so that's one of the things that we wanted to do, is kind of get this gamut of humanity in here. Okay, so it's not just like you know, what, 18 to 30, you know, fit, amazing athletes type. It's not that at all. So you know, it's like sometimes you go into a yoga studio, maybe intimidating, you see that, and you feel like self-conscious, or you know, and it impedes your practice really. So we really have the mentality of a welcoming environment. So we have kids yoga, we have baby and me yoga, we have prenatal yoga. Not a ton, but we have a few classes. And sometimes we have to take them off because the kids go on summer break or whatnot. And then we get back to it. We have really great instructors for that. Then we have slow flow. I mean, my mom comes, she's 75, and she does slow flow, but then she also does like the heated vinyasa, and she does hot fusion, and then sometimes she does sculpt. So we have all ages and all classes and all body types. Yoga is for every body, and there's accommodations that you can make for whatever injuries you're facing. I had a student that had a broken foot, and she did her whole practice because it doesn't take much to do yoga. All you need is a brain and a body. That's it.
I hope you guys have that, but you're part of the Wizard of Oz cast. So.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay.
So, you know, yoga's not just like the postures that we do here, but that's the asana, so the postures. It's one of the 8 limbs of the path of yoga. So a lot of the others get ignored sometimes in our Western culture, but we encompass them here, and we put them at the forefront, and so that appeals to everyone because that's a universal thing.
Now, is this, if there like different timestamps, can you do like half-hour yoga or a 2-hour yoga? Is there any of that? And now is there like also any like package thing also, like we can give you a month's worth of yoga or anything of that nature?
Yeah, so we give away a lot of free yoga here. We have 3 sessions for free.
Oh wow.
Yeah, most of our classes are 60 minutes.
60 an hour?
Yeah, 1 hour. It takes a while to kind of integrate into your practice and withdraw internally, which is part of our practice here, and because it's so noisy in our lives, you know, and so this is the only place where you can shut things off. Even on airplanes, there's wireless, So there's no phones allowed in the studio. I encourage people to take their smartwatches off, but somewhere they want to know the calories and whatever. So it's fine, that's, when they have to do what they have to do, but we encourage that detachment. So that detachment process takes a minute, or 2 or 10. So we have a 60-minute class. So we integrate into the class and then we depart with closing, so it takes some time. There's some instructors that like to go 75.
Wow.
So we do have that. And then the shortest class I think on the schedule is like baby and me yoga, just because the babies need naps and things, and it's 45 minutes. The kids yoga is the same.
Okay.
So we're trying to hone their focus in that time. But pretty much 60 minutes. But yes, and we do have packets of classes. We have memberships available at different levels, depending on your availability and how much you can contribute. We have a whole program where people volunteer here for yoga, and we also give a lot of discounts.
Terrific.
Probably more than we should, but we really just want to spread yoga. We really think it's something that needs to be on every street corner, like not a liquor store, but like a yoga studio.
Oh yeah, I agree.
We have a liquor store next door too. If you need to scratch.
If you want your liquor,
you need to get a scratch.
If you want your kombucha, right?
Right, something. Yeah.
All right, well, thank you, Angel. I feel like you said so much. I want to end this with 2 more things. Can you please, I thought this was really cool, can you tell us what Kefi is? And then also, like, what kind of, to make the world just better, advice do you have? So please, tell us what Kefi is.
Okay, just in 1 minute. Okay.
Go
Kefi is part of my culture. I'm Greek. So Kefi is a Greek philosophy, and it doesn't really have a English translation, a direct English translation, but it basically encompasses everything that's enthusiasm, everything that's good about life, the zest for life, positivity, and that's why Greeks break plates. So we try to cultivate your Kefi about your practice, okay? And we try to do that in our community as well. So we have a lot of events, we have a lot of fun. We cater to the whole family. Like our first anniversary, we had a snow cone truck and a bunch of Greek food and live music from one of our instructors who plays the guitars, Anthony Brown. He's amazing. And then, so I incorporated that into, because yoga we have to make like a practical application, even though it's a very ancient practice. We have to use it now, today, and see how we can incorporate it individually as well. So that was my way of, that's how I like to spread yoga, is through that positivity, through that enthusiasm, through that fun element. And then people are more willing to be open to it, and they're more willing to come back to it.
Okay, that's beautiful. All right, now what would you say, would you incorporate the kind of Kefi lifestyle or mentality into some advice you want to quickly give on just how to make the world better? To bring your mind at peace.
Well, you gotta do yoga, right?
You
gotta do yoga. That's it. I mean, it is, and you gotta do it here because we have the best instructors in the South Bay.
Perfect.
And they can really teach you how to make it part of your life, so you can take it away from this space and take it with you through your day. And then you're more mindful. This whole mindfulness movement is very trendy right now, but there's a lot to it, and it makes your life better because you're in the here now, and we're so scattered as a society. We're everywhere all at once, and it's too much. And so when we can hone that focus, when we can use these yoga tools in our lives, we get to very, very much experience each moment with an authenticity that we never felt before, because you're actually experiencing it without any noise going on. And so that's what we try to cultivate, and I really think that if people did that, they'd be happier to see each other, and so come down. Okay, you need to come.
I love it.
You haven't come.
I'll try it.
No, you need to. Try it. Okay.
Thank you so much, Angel. I appreciate it. Kefi Yoga, please check it out in Torrance. All right. Thank you, everybody. Bye.
Thank you.